A meme party created from a Boston dorm room just defeated India's ruling party on Instagram. No, this is not satire. This actually happened. A few days ago, remarks attributed to India's Chief Justice comparing certain activists and online critics to cockroaches triggered outrage across the country. But instead of apologizing, the internet did something far more dangerous. It organized. And within days, a movement called the Cockroach Janta Party exploded online so fast that it overtook the BJP itself on Instagram. A meme party built by a student from a dorm room in Boston. Now, here is the uncomfortable question. Why are millions of young Indians relating to it? You cannot squash a movement. The Cockroach Janta Party, India's fastest growing political force. Within 5 days, a satirical political party built by a student in Boston dorm room overtook the ruling party of 1.4 billion people on Instagram. You are watching Dr. Ramesh now, and I am Dr. Ramesh. If you are watching this channel for the first time, please consider to subscribe and hit that bell icon for more interesting videos to come. Let us dive into the topic. Segment 1, the recap and the escalation. Last week, we told you the story of how Chief Justice of India Suryakant called unemployed youth cockroaches in open court. We told you how India's Gen Z responded, not with despair, but with wit, with antennae, with placards, with a satirical party that gained 1 lakh members in 3 days. We thought that was the story. We were wrong. Because this week, the cockroaches didn't go home, they multiplied. Within 78 hours of launch, the Cockroach Janta Party's Instagram account crossed 3 million followers. It then surpassed 10 million in under 5 days, overtaking the official handle of the BJP itself. As of May 26th, the account stood at over 22 million followers. Let that register for a moment. The BJP has been around for over 40 years. The Cockroach Janta Party is less than 2 weeks old, and it has more than double the BJP's Instagram following. So the question today is not what happened. The question is, why won't it stop? Segment 2, who is Abhijeet Dipke really? To understand this movement, you need to understand the man who started it. Abhijeet Dipke is a 30-year-old digital media strategist originally from Aurangabad, Maharashtra. Before relocating to the US to pursue a master's degree in public relations at Boston University, he studied journalism in Pune. From 2020 to 2022, he worked on the Aam Aadmi Party's social media team, contributing to meme-driven campaign material during the Delhi Assembly elections. So, this is not an accidental viral movement. This is a man who understands exactly how digital narratives are built. Dipke built his party online within 24 hours of first posting about it, leveraging AI tools like Claude and ChatGPT to design its look and manifesto. He is running a political communications operation from a university dormitory in Boston, targeting the most powerful institutions in India. And when asked whether this signals political ambition, Dipke said the aim is to strive for an ideal India where the judiciary, election commission, and media remain neutral and independent. He told Reuters, "This is a movement to change the political discourse of India. The youth of India has largely vanished from mainstream political discourse. Nobody is talking about us. Nobody is talking about us." 5 words. That is the entire fuel of this fire. Segment 3, the 5 demands, satire with teeth. Now, people keep calling CJP a joke party, a meme, a flash in the pan. But look carefully at their 5 demands, because underneath the cockroach costume, there is a serious political agenda. The 5 core demands of the Cockroach Janta Party focus on judicial accountability, electoral integrity, women's representation, media independence, and political ethics. Let me take them one by one. Demand 1. No Rajya Sabha seats for retired Chief Justices and judges. The CJP demands absolute independence of the judiciary, specifically calling for an end to post-retirement political rewards or Rajya Sabha seats for Chief Justices or judges. This is a real substantive demand. It addresses a genuine tension in Indian democracy, the perception that judges may deliver favorable verdicts with one eye on post-retirement government appointments. It is a concern legal scholars have raised for years. The cockroaches just made it go viral. Demand 2. UAPA prosecution for vote deletion. The CJP demands Unlawful Activities Prevention Act prosecution for election commissioners if legitimate votes are deleted from electoral rolls, arguing that taking away voting rights is no less than terrorism. Demand 3. 50% women's reservation in Parliament and Cabinet. The CJP demands immediate 50% reservation for women in Parliament and the Cabinet without waiting for incremental seat expansion. India's Women Reservation Bill, passed in 2023, reserves 33% of seats, but its implementation is deferred until after the next delimitation exercise. The CJP wants 50% and wants it now. Demand 4. Cancel media licenses owned by Ambani and Adani. The CJP's manifesto calls for cancelling the licenses of all media houses owned by Mukesh Ambani and Gautam Adani, two of India's richest men who own prominent television channels widely seen as being close to the Modi government, to make way for a truly independent media. This is their most explosive demand, and it is the one that tells you exactly who this movement sees as the establishment enemy. Demand 5. A 20-year ban on political defectors. MLAs and MPs who switch parties after winning elections must be banned from contesting any election for 20 years because the people voted for the party, not for the politician to auction themselves. Every Indian voter who has watched their elected representative switch parties overnight, and there are many, knows exactly what this demand is about. None of these are frivolous. Every single one targets a real documented failure of Indian democracy. The cockroach costume is the packaging, the demands are the content. Segment 4. Why is it still alive? The deeper answer. Viral moments die. We have seen it 100 times. A meme explodes, trends for 48 hours and disappears. So why is the Cockroach Janta Party still growing 10 days in? Youth unemployment in India hovers in the double digits by conservative estimates. Then there are the exam scandals. From the NEET fiasco of 2024 to successive paper leaks that destroyed the aspirations of millions of students who spent years and family savings preparing. And presiding over all of it, India's institutions. A judiciary increasingly seen as reluctant to bite the hand that feeds its post-retirement perks. A parliament that barely functions beyond viral reels of some MPs. The CJI's remark did not create this anger. It simply named it accidentally, contemptuously, and in doing so gave it a shape. And then something else happened. Serious people started joining. On May 23rd, environmentalist Sonam Wangchuk expressed support for the movement, describing himself as an honorary cockroach and urging the government to address concerns raised by young people rather than suppressing online dissent. On May 24th, Anna Hazare expressed support, saying youth power is a national power and urging the centre to listen. On May 25th, Mamata Banerjee and Trinamool Congress leaders also expressed support for the movement. When Anna Hazare, the man who launched the anti-corruption movement that arguably gave birth to the AAP, endorses a cockroach party, you are no longer in meme territory. You are in a political movement. Segment 5. Is this a mirror of hurt youth or something more? Let us be fair and honest here, because this channel doesn't do propaganda in any direction. There are real questions about the CJP. Is a Google form a substitute for on-ground political organization? One political analyst asked pointedly why revolution will not be a Google form. Calling for street-based regime change in the current climate carries real risk. Dipke himself seems aware of this. Is 22 million Instagram followers actually a political constituency or an audience? And there is a more unsettling question. The name Cockroach Janta Party is a deliberate play on the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party. Is this a genuine movement, or is it, at some level, an opposition alignment in disguise? Dipke insists it is neither. He has explicitly stated he has no interest in traditional politics, noting that Gen Z would not support the movement if it started behaving like a traditional party. But here is what is undeniable. This movement is a mirror, and what it is reflecting back at India's establishment is uncomfortable. It says you built universities but not jobs. You held exams and leaked the papers. You staffed your courts with judges who look forward to government sinecures. You handed your media to two businessmen, and then your Chief Justice looked at the generation that inherited all of this and called them cockroaches. The movement persists because the problems it points at persist. Social media movements fade when the underlying grievance is addressed or when it was never real to begin with. This grievance is real and it has not been addressed. Segment 6. What happens next? Where does this go from here? 3 possibilities. 1. It fades. The Instagram numbers plateau. Dipke returns to his thesis. The establishment waits it out. This is what they are betting on. 2. It converts. The digital swarm becomes an offline force. The CJP registers formally, contests the 2029 elections and becomes the first truly Gen Z political entry into Indian democracy. It may not win, but it will force every other party to address youth unemployment in ways they currently don't. 3. It catalyzes. It doesn't need to win elections to win. If it forces the BJP, Congress, AAP and every other party to take up its 5 demands, judicial independence, media freedom, women's representation, electoral integrity, political ethics, then the cockroach will have done more from a dorm room in Boston than most parties manage in decades. The party's motto says it clearly: you cannot squash a movement. Whether that is true, we are about to find out. Segment 7, the close. Here is what I want to leave you with today. A 30-year-old from Aurangabad sitting in a university dorm in Boston read a news alert about a judge calling his generation cockroaches. He didn't file a petition. He didn't write an angry letter. He didn't hold a press conference. He asked one question on social media: what if all cockroaches come together? And in under 2 weeks, 350,000 people signed up. 22 million followed. Anna Hazare spoke. Mamata Banerjee spoke. The world's press, CNN, Al Jazeera, CBS News ran this story. All of this from a single word, spoken carelessly from the highest bench in India. If you are young, unemployed, or just watching this country's institutions with growing unease, the Cockroach Janta Party is not asking you to vote for it. It is asking you something simpler. Are you paying attention? If this video helped you understand what is happening in India right now, share it, especially with someone who thinks young people are not watching. They are watching every single thing. I will see you in the next one.